it steady, hands them dirty. I don't wanna be no part of the pussy. Heart it steady, hands them dirty. Watch out if they call your partner and buddy. Heart it steady, hands them dirty. You will add to your sorrow and find that funny. I don't afraid them at all. I say the fire will blaze them all. Come on then. I say I don't afraid them at all.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. So I am in studio. I have a guest in studio, and well, as you know, I'm finished at 1 o'clock. And I have two issues I'm going to deal with. So you have to join me on the live. Well, I'm seeing my people coming on the live already. So let me say good afternoon to all of you. We're going to have our COVID-19 update in a short bit. And then after our COVID-19 update, I'm going to talk to my guest who is in studio with me. I'm not going to put him on as yet. I want you to come on first for you to see what's going on. And after that, I'm going to try to get Superintendent, I believe he is, Inspector Alexander. All right, got correction. Someone's telling me he's a superintendent. No, he's not no Inspector Alexander. So it's Superintendent Alexander. I'm going to try to get him on because there's a video that I have to show before I leave here. Because there are some people who, I don't know where they live. Well, I can't say that because not everybody will know all that's happening. But if you don't know what's happening, then don't say what you don't know. Because, you know what I mean? There are evidence out there to show different. Evidence to show different. So, again, let me say good afternoon to all of you joining me on Facebook and on YouTube. So, when you come on, share the live, especially if you live in Aruka. Is that Aruka? Maloney, Aruka Maloney. Especially if you live in Aruka Maloney, you need to come on the live and let me know if you are, well, you know, Aruka Maloney people. Just let me know, Aruka Maloney in the house. All right, so we're coming back after this COVID-19 update. Don't touch your dial, Trinidad and Tobago. Stick and stay right here.
The Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of 21st June 2021 stands at new positive cases 148. Total active cases 8,148. Total recovered patients 21,872. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 30,767. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, we back. So as I said to you, you need to come on the live. Let me know if you're from Aruka. Somebody from Sawo, come on. Say Sawo in the house. All right. So if you're from Aruka Maloney, you need to come on the live. And let's talk a little bit now. Come on and you're going to see who I have in studio. So you need to come on the live, Aruka Maloney people. Come on the live a little bit and let's talk. All right? Come on the live and let's talk. Someone in the building here who was a Aruka Maloney man. You know what I mean? Aruka Maloney guy. So, yeah. So let her come on and give him some love. Yeah, you need to come on and give him some love. So, I'm waiting to see all who coming on, you know. Right? I'm waiting to see all who coming on. I'm watching to see all who coming on. Trin City in the house. All right, somebody from Trin City. Let me see what's going on YouTube. Let me see what's happening on YouTube. So I'm watching, good afternoon, Maloney in the house. So somebody from Maloney in the house. All right? So I'm going to put him on and you will tell me. So and let's see what's going on here now. Right, so you're on. You're on. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. I'm okay. And good afternoon to the listening and viewing public.
Yeah, you had to say you. I like you. You catch on fast, boy.
Yes.
Right, so we have the counselor. Just want to tell them your name and the area, electoral area that you represent.
Okay. My name is Stefan Watley, councillor for the electoral district of Mausika Maloney, which is also in the constituency of Aruka Maloney, and even part of WDOMERA.
That's a big area, boy.
Yes. So that's how the electoral district spans.
Wow.
Yes.
So tell me, a councillor, look at it, see how privileged I am to have a councillor in the house with me. You could come on the live, come on YouTube, come on Facebook, and I'll take some calls from your area until about past.
Okay,
so that's a nice little plus there for you.
No problem.
So, tell us, this is challenging, as you were telling me off air, this is challenging times. How have you been able to at least reach out to your purchases, man?
Right, so as you said, it's really a challenging time, something that I don't think most of us in our lifetime have experienced. Right, and based on the situation, there are a lot of restrictions where persons can't be out as working as usual. So they depend on assistance. And well, the government of Trinidad and Tobago has provided such in its various grants and hamper distribution. Even at the corporation, we were privileged to get a few items through the Ministry of Agriculture and AFDEMCO. And to add to that, we have great support from our MPs, which will also, we work together and try to reach as much as we can. So we're all in this together, and in this time it really calls for us to be together.
Hey, somebody say, can the councillor please, what? Oh, repeat his name again. You want the man phone contact just so? you easy? You said, let's repeat your name again.
Okay.
But I didn't hear you clearly.
All right, the mask might be a bit muzzled. Right, so Stefan Watley.
Stefan Watley is
Councillor for the electoral district of Mausika Maloney.
Right. So, Trinidad and Tobago, and the reason why I'm putting him on the spot and kind of have him talking to you, because I would have reached out to him. There was a time when I reached out to you concerning someone who came to the studio, to the building, and was asking for help. And you shared some things we wouldn't talk about publicly, but you shared some things to me. And, you know, sometimes people come behind these microphones, or they come in the studio, or they go on different radio stations, and they talk about, the government not doing enough, and the councillors not doing enough, and all these people and them people suffering, and nobody not, it appears as though nobody care. Right? And as a councillor, most councillors are aware, much more than the member of parliament, of their constituents, and most of the times what they're going through. Most of the times. Not maybe all of the times, because some people may be very private about what they're going through. But on a real, the councillor is somebody who will be much more accessible and a little more aware. And when I had called you, because sometimes, you know, we take it for granted that, you know, everybody might be, you know, and saying that. So I would have spoken to the person, and the person said to me whose area they're from, and I said, okay, well, I need to get in contact with this councillor or whoever.
Yes.
And as you rightfully said, as we said, we would have spoken about the situation, and sometimes people would hear a situation, and to be quite honest with you, they wouldn't genuinely look into the situation. But I could have taken everything that person tell me and be totally misled. Even after that, talking to relatives of the person would have opened my eyes to certain things and realized, but wait now, not you can't be jumping at every rhythm that play.
Very true. So I want to thank you for not jumping to that rhythm. Thank you for reaching out, and, you know, we really discussed it after. And as you said, you spoke to the individual's family to get a broader picture of what really happened in that situation. And
that is something that, you know, sometimes we as radio announcers and we need to be a little more aware of, a little more accessible to people in authority, so that we can not jump on our high horse and feel, well, you know, and sometimes people try to make you feel guilty and make you feel, well, you know, you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you get that sometimes.
Yes, I mean, that basically comes with the territory.
Share with us. Share with us.
Yes.
How do you feel when you know you're doing your best? You know you're doing your best. You know that you're accessible as the counselor for your area. You know you're trying your best. You're giving your all. And if you turn on your radio or you turn on your TV, you're hearing people saying, "Them eating ham, lamb, and jam, you know. Them don't care about nobody."
True.
And I want you to just share your experience. Talk the things. Talk it as real as it is. Let people know that there are times that you're going in your own pocket. From the time you hear one of your burgesses have nothing to eat, let the people know that you're going to your own pocket. Take out money. So now sure, so then your wife might even know that you're taking out money and you're trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
And yet still, when you turn on your radio, you're hearing people saying, "Them eating them lava, them don't care about you, you know." How does this feel? Tell them how it does feel. And you are a Christian, God-fearing young man.
Yes, I am. Yes.
And the only reason why I'm telling you to do this is not for you to put up anybody. And I don't want you to call any names, put up anybody. I just want you to share from your heart how you feel as a somebody who give yourself to your country, to serve your country. How you just feel when they brand everybody as the same.
As the same, yeah. So let me just touch on the first thing. You know, most people say, right, you're all counselors, as you say, eating ham, lamb, and jam. And it's not really so. I mean, I really watch this as community service, as service. You know, you come into this because you want to make a difference, you want to help persons, and that's the drive. Because this is not a salary paying job, it's a stipend. And most of the time, that same stipend goes right back into your community. You hear of certain situations, and, you know, there mightn't be resources right away to deal with it. And, I mean, the urgency of the matter, you dip in your own pocket.
Right.
Right? And so sometimes you live borderline month to month because are the things that you actually do for your community. And to the point where you say, you know, you get up or you see a post on Facebook or so, and you see, well, them counselors don't help nobody, or this one get, how come I ain't get?
Right.
And I know you from so and so time.
Yeah.
And I vote. Yeah.
So they're showing back in your face.
Showing back.
I vote for you, and you know, some of these same people who throwing them thing in your face, you would have helped them. Right? And some of them hoarding hampers, Some of them. They get a hamper this week here, or last week. They want one this week. They want one next week. They want, and some of them, go ahead.
Yeah, and in some cases, those exact persons, they are in a position to help themselves.
Wow.
So they need to understand it's not just about giving who you know or who you grew up with or who vote for us. We are here to serve all, and then certain situations come to us that are very dire, and we need to attend to these persons, because these persons are the persons who are really in need. You know, I visited many families, and to see it sometimes it's unbelievable. Sometimes you don't want to share a tear at the moment, but, you know, because you want to encourage them to keep strong and encouraging them in ways to, you know, to keep faith.
Yeah.
And you try your best to help in these situations. And these experiences are not only mine, these are experiences of other councillors and I'm sure other members of Parliament as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So it's indeed challenging, and sometimes when you see things, you know, even with, you know, persons have, again, this feeling that you'll drive the best vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been, before politics, I bought a vehicle and 2 terms in here and drive the same vehicle. And
I'm sure people are still say, which you driving, thing, and they don't know.
Yeah, so sometimes even persons will tell you, hey, it's time to upgrade, so and so. But if you do that, they say, watch out here. Yeah, and they come right back. So it's always, but you just need to be focused.
Yeah.
That has always been my guide and my team, to remain focused and do the very best I can do to impact my community and the lives of persons I come in contact with.
Saying, I want you to see some of the comments, because you see, when people get to know the truth about something, then you realize that you get a different feedback.
Yes.
You get a different feedback, and the reality is, brethren, I'll tell you, look here what you do, people will always have the worst to say. But you know in your heart what's the truth. And you know in your heart how much you have been trying to give people the truth and to do your best. But sometimes, boy, I can tell you. And I learned, and that's why I would have got in contact with you, because simple things like my counselor, I'm sure you would know him, Robert Paris.
Yeah.
Them fellas just do their best. I know that. Yes. I know he just tries his utmost best to be on the pulse of the community.
Yeah.
Right? But the reality is, brother, not everybody will always have the best to say about you.
Yes, so true.
Not everybody will have the best to say about you.
Yeah, despite
how much you try your best to, help people and work with people, people will always have the worst to say.
So again, as I said, it comes with the territory. You make up your mind to hear these things. As I say, it's disheartening at times, but I guess once we have forums like these and we can put out the truth in the matter, then persons will see things a bit differently and understand. Because again, all councillors really go above and beyond to represent their burgesses, and especially in these times. I mean, not everything we will post. And
as a Christian, I know that you would not want you based on how you were taught and what you believe, you will not post everything.
Yeah, not everything.
You will not post everything.
But that also presents, I have learned, that also presents
a negative.
Yes, because it's like, what you're doing, we ain't see doing anything. So that it's a two-edged sword at times. All right, so some things, you'll post just to let persons know this is happening, and the others will be the testimony of those who, if they choose, to say.
Of course, of course. So I want to take some calls, right? Somebody saying one politician is not an example of all. So if one politician did something wrong, he shouldn't be branded for all politicians. You understand?
Yeah.
No, because and that's the reality. Yeah. That's the reality. So if you live in Aruka, Maloney, what's the other areas?
Yeah, so it's Mausica, Maloney.
Right.
It's the electoral district, and the constituency is Aruka, Maloney, Davide O'Meara.
Give us a call, 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, 466-5391, 466-5391.
Pastor Gogo, good day. Our MP in Sandy Grande, Roger Monroe, who donated 3 months' salary towards the pandemic crisis. Did you get in contact with him to have the interview? Also, Pastor Gogo, you could find out, I think Dr. Rowley and MP Hines and other ministers that give some kind of 5 or 10% at the beginning of the pandemic. Could you find out for me, and did any of the UNC contribute to helping out in the pandemic in their community? Okay.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
I am very proud of that young man. Very, very proud.
Are you from?
I don't know him, but I feel proud to be a Trinidadian right now.
Wow.
May God bless him and keep him.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
You see? And sometimes you all need to come, and tell people.
Exactly.
Because, you see, the more you all stay away, or you all not being heard or seen, lends to people belief.
True.
Right? And I'm being honest with you, the more you all don't talk or share your experiences, people will tend to believe.
Misguided with. Yeah.
Right? And I could only talk for you or talk for others that I know. What about the others that people don't know?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? And when you came today to drop off some stuff for our family. And I said I wanted to put you on live. I didn't tell you I was going to put you on live.
Yeah.
I just threw you in the hot seat.
Hot seat.
Because if I didn't tell you, you'd not tell me, nah, boy, I had to go take the thing. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Good.
Hi, good afternoon.
I want to say hello to my counselor, which I guess is number 2, and he's doing a great job.
This is your counselor?
Yes, that is my counselor.
This is your counselor, and you're calling to say good afternoon to him?
Yes, isn't he from Aruka Maloney?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And to let him know that I see the relation this morning, I give them breakfast.
All right. Next time when you call, load on the radio, right?
So, well,
all right.
I'm sure to see that keep in touch with him.
All right, then.
Right? So, good. Keep a good job.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, afternoon, Pastor. Good afternoon, Councillor Watley. Councillor Watley, tell me something. Are councillors discouraged from staging town hall meetings for their burgesses? I've never heard in all my life a councillor for a constituency holding a town hall meeting. It usually be the MPs holding town hall meetings. Why is that so? Why does we don't have one-on-one, face-to-face meetings with the councillors? And the other thing is, have you ever invited any of your burgesses to attend council meetings? Thanks, Pastor.
All right, thank you very much.
Answer?
Yeah, you can answer.
Right. Thank you for your question. I'll tackle the first one. Yes, we do have town hall meetings. I know just probably about a year or two ago, the corporation, Tunapuna Piaka Regional Corporation, what we did, we had a whole initiative of getting councillors in each electoral district, supported by various arms of the corporation and the chairman. And we come and we sit and we hear the views of the people, hear the concerns, and we try to address them. This pandemic has led to changes and the approach we could actually do face-to-face, right? And in some cases, what we do now is have like Zoom meetings with communities,
right?
And that's the time we're living in right now. And until things become better, yeah. But we do have town hall meetings. We do meet with groups sometimes. We meet with sporting groups. We meet with community councils. Yeah, so there's always a meeting because councils, as you said, Pastor, we are on the ground, basically the foot soldiers. So we have that connection with our community. And when they call upon us, we make ourselves present to hear the views and issues.
Wow. Yeah. And I could say for my councillor, because I was asking, he've never heard of any councillor per se having a town hall meeting alone by himself for his purchases. And I could say for my councillor, he have had several meetings, several meetings, so much so that I think he has an internet radio station now.
Yes. Coming
out of that meeting. You know what I mean? So even though they call, I mean, I have heard of any councillor. And most of the times, as you know, and as you could correct me if I'm wrong, the councillor for an area of a community, most of the times he don't come out of that community in the sense like advertise anything outside of that community per se. He would most of the times the budget says how the community will know and they will be able to tell you, you know. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, me again, Pastor Google and Councillor Watley. Well, at Google, that's good news. I mean that South, again, ahead, but they're going way ahead of the rest of the country. And that's very good. I would like to see Councillor Watley, when all this COVID thing clear up, I would like to see more of that done up in the north. The other thing, Councillor Watley, in terms of local government reform, how much, in terms of your council now, your chairman and all that, how much of that information or education is part of your content of your discussions with your budgeters? Because, you know, we talk about our population and our constituents not educated, they're ignorant, they're this, they're that. But there is a very important piece of legislation that is in Parliament that's still to be addressed. But I think it's necessary to get your budgeters in tune with what that is all about, the advantages of it, how it's going to better their lives and so on. I don't hear councillors nor MPs or anybody trying to push that, you know, in terms of the benefits that it could derive, the progress that can be made with that piece of legislation. Is there anything that you have on your agenda to deal with that in terms of getting or educating your constituents? Thanks.
Okay, thank you again for the question. Yes, in terms of local government reform, it has been on the table for quite some time. I know the government is making the necessary headways. It's before joint select committees, and they are working vigorously to get things in check so that it can be a reality. Now, it's not something that can be done immediately. It's has a number of things to be considered before getting everything together to actually roll out, and that is happening at the moment, and we just continue to wait. While we wait, though, there are certain elements of local government reform that we try to practice even now at the corporation, right? So one of which is, you know, liaising with your community, getting a feel of what your community wants and working together, because local government reform will bring communities and councillors even more closer in the decision making within the electoral district. We have seen the rollout of the municipal police, where it was promised 100 municipal police per corporation, per regional corporation, and we have seen the rollout of that. So some things are rolling out. It won't be all at once, but we are getting there, and we will get there.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Google and to the councillor. So I must say that I tuned in part of Google because I was hustling for an appointment. But somebody mentioned town hall, and you had mentioned it too about in your area. And what I would like to see, councillor, is a lot of councillors getting together and talking to the residents, let them know that they can also battle. You know, you can do it on different fronts. So you have something because people are in need, right? And it's a way forward. So you are an electrician, and then you have the farmers. But if the farmer does not need your electrical work, you can transfer him to another person, and that person who receive the service can always replace it, you know, with whatever, either money or some other way. Because at this time, people I need, and they may not have money, but they have skills, you know, and the ability to do things. So, and sometimes you need to get the community together, and you don't reach out one-to-one your neighbor. But if you get together and people can talk out, you know, conference, maybe people would learn a lot about their resident, their neighbor, you know, and make their community a better place. Yeah?
All right. Yes. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Councillor Watley,
yes.
You mentioned that you're waiting on the ASC and so on, and the aspects of the reform initiative they are implementing. And that is exactly what I was asking you just now. In terms of there is an overarching philosophy behind that piece of legislation. So what I was referring to just now is that overarching philosophy or thought behind that the level of improvement that is expected to come from that piece of legislation. If aspects of that could not be tangible aspects of it couldn't be discussed, engage the businesses and discuss it with them, because you're quite right. One of the things the piece of legislation proposes is that there be greater involvement of the businesses in terms of their groupings and so on, and they would have a greater say in how things are done within the corporation, the constituency. So I was just referring to specific and tangible aspects of that piece of legislation, together with the overarching philosophy that you could sensitize your businesses about right now. There's the Tobago bill, the Tobago internal governance, self-governance bill is still going on right now. And that has gotten wide. I mean, that's at a different level. But I think that the local government reform legislation is similar to that, but at a lower level. But it is not getting as much air as the Tobago issue. And I think it should be aired, because pretty soon people in Trinidad are going to realize that within these regional corporations, they should have as much say in what happens within their corporation areas as Tobagoans are going to have a say in their Tobago business. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Pleasant day, Pastor Google and guests. A lot of people just don't understand information and how information is to be used. You hear people talking about they don't see councillors, they don't see MPs, they don't have meetings. But if people pay attention to the information, councillors in various districts have town meetings. They can't have it every day. You can't have a town meeting every Monday. It wouldn't make sense. These people are there to assist government in governing. So they would have their own meetings to chair to discuss the issues of the budgets and whatnot. And they would have days and times when members of the budgets will come in and see them. People just don't go. Everybody does want to hear their own self-talk. And the same people just complain but don't know about meetings and don't hear, they don't go nowhere, because many of these people have nothing of importance to share. And when they do go, they always, I want this, I want that, I want this. What else do you have to input to the betterment of your community? Long time they had community villages and community councils. This is where councillors came in from. The people of the village came together to have meetings to help uplift the community. Now everybody just coming for want to get. So if people listen and pay attention, they would know it had town meetings. They would know when to get there, how to get there. So many people just choose to stay in ignorance.
You see you shake your head in agreement, so that call our boy. And he said something that is true, you know. You have people who have councillors who just call the town meetings and nobody don't come sometimes.
I was coming to that point as well. Sometimes you send the mic around social media and you don't get much persons shop, and this is the forum where we could discuss the things that are important to you within the community, and then we work together to get it done. But sometimes some persons tend to stay away, and those same persons you'll see
the biggest complaints.
Comments,
I saw a message came to you just now about an area that needs a little cleaning up.
Yes, yes, I saw it on the screen by the Baptist Church. CPEP, one of the contractors assigned to that area to give assistance there. We all know with the restrictions that workers are not out at the moment, but that is something we could definitely see about as soon as the restrictions are lifted.
That is what we're talking about.
Aisha again. Mr. Carter, I don't know.
No, wrong message.
Good afternoon, Pastor Gugu. Hats off to that counselor. Hats off to him. And may God continue to bless him that he can bless his community.
See, again, blessings. You didn't want to come upstairs.
Thank you.
Again, the blessings. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google, and good afternoon to the counselor there.
Good afternoon.
I don't know who was his name, but...
Tell her your name. This is
Councillor Watley. Councillor Stefan Watley, yes.
For what area?
Mausika Maloney.
Oh, okay. But here, let me give you a classic. I want to say hallelujah, before I go on hallelujah, amen to the last caller. Because let me tell you, somebody asked me if I could help them to get a hamper. I said, listen to me. You need to go and put down your name in the counselor's office. They may ask you a question or two, or if you...
Because they have to give a count.
Yeah, you have to give a count. You have to know who, if you're working, if you're working, if you lose it. You know, I say, go to your counselor's office. You know, I don't know where my counselor's office is. I say, listen, get away from me. Don't make joke. I say, you don't know where counselor's office is? Nah, counselors, all they go around with loudspeaker after election and let them know where all the offices are, because it have plenty people just like that one. Right? So I could understand when you're having meeting and nobody ain't coming. I don't know what is wrong with our people. Heaven help them. Thank you.
Zina? Oh, she gone. All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, one final question. Councillor, what method do you use to advertise your meetings? And I mean, you're controlling a pretty large constituency. So I wouldn't expect that you'll have one meeting, one town hall meeting for the whole constituency in one place. So how does that program go, and how do you announce that you're going to have a meeting? Because I have family living in your constituency, and I've never heard about a town hall meeting. And if there's a meeting held, it's usually for PNM people, right? The general body of burgesses are not normally informed. So if you're sending people outside there with megaphones or whatever to announce a meeting, there's only going to PNM areas, seen that is a PNM councillor. I think you need to look into that and get all your burgesses involved, regardless of where they are.
What about hello, caller?
Yeah.
Now, what I understand what you're saying, if I am the councillor of an area, right? And I send out a loudspeaker. The loudspeaker don't have any PNM music. It have no PNM flag. I'm sending out a loudspeaker saying, your councillor, Henry, would love to meet with you at the community center at 7 p.m. to inform you or to hear from you what are your concerns for the community. And only 5 persons come. Because I'm a PNM councillor, does that mean that? What does that say?
Pastor Google, you and I living in this country, right? We're not ignorant about how this country is made up and how people think. So I would just add to what you're saying. I would send out a mic and put in some words. Everybody is invited.
Yeah, but you say that. We say that. They just say that. Yeah. They just say that. My councillor does say that. He does say every one of his burgesses is invited. He does say that, and sometimes when you go, only 5 people there.
But your councillor is the one who speaks on the mic when they go out to announce anything?
No, he will hire. Sometimes he may hire me to do it. Sometimes he may hire a young lady to do it.
Pastor Guru.
What?
I don't think that happens up here in the north. To tell you the truth.
It does.
No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it doesn't happen. During general election time, the same thing I'm talking about is happening.
What?
UNC microphones is going UNC areas, and PNM microphones is going.
Well, well, you can say that for the north, and I can say for the south that is not true, because right. I could talk for my member of parliament when he asked me to mic the area. It's not like I know where he's sending me is UNC. I know for a fact. But you know what he just tell me? You have to go in that area.
And he had to tell you that, right? But you know that yourself because you is you. you know you have to go there too. But somebody else who give that work to do, you mean that person may not go there.
No, I wouldn't say that, man. I know for a fact. Well, I can talk for my member of parliament. I have done most of the miking for him in every single corner of the constituency, and you don't have a choice.
I just want Councillor Watley to take note of all these nuances, and particularly his method of announcing meetings in whatever area of his constituency is having a meeting. To make sure that the message gets out, other than on social media. I know a lot of people using social media and things now, but I think that mic thing going out is important. Even a little flyer or something.
All right. Thank you very much.
I have not. My people who live in that area have not had the benefit of attending any meetings if you had any. All right, thanks.
All right, thank you.
You know, while the caller was speaking, I was trying to look for some recordings that I have here that I could just play back.
Don't worry, you'll come back. Time going out.
Okay, but just as you said, Pastor Google, when we send out a mic, it goes throughout. Whether the persons vote for you or not, those same persons will hear the announcement. It goes throughout the entire area. So it's no way that we pick or choose what areas, because some persons will vote for you, some will not, but it goes throughout the entire area.
Well, Councillor, thank you very much. People are saying thank you very much for being here. Yes. And I hope it won't have to take 6 months for you to come back.
Well, now that I know I can call on you and
of course.
Come in, you know, it was a pleasant surprise to even be here at the studio. So let me just thank you. Let me thank all the listeners, viewers, those who called in.
Yeah.
All right, and just also want to say a special thank you on here to my MP, Camille Robinson Regis, Aruka Maloney, Dabidi O'Meara, it will be Lisa Morris Julian, and the chairman of the Tunapuna Piako region, all the Mount Creasy Robinson. And thank you, Pastor, for the opportunity.
You are most welcome, man, and again, as I said, I hope to see you sometime soon again.
Yes.
Right here on the street 919 FM. All right?
Thank you.
All right, man. So, Trying to Bagel, here's where I have to leave it. Talk to you guys. Tomorrow, please God, I'll try to get Superintendent Alexander on the phone line to talk about that issue that I have to share with you tomorrow, please God. Talk to you.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Oh, barriers, yeah, Lord. Jordan River to the Uncle. We could all worship God. Jordan River to the Uncle. No religion barriers, yeah. Jordan River to the Uncle. We come to lift His name. Jordan River to the Uncle. We come to praise His name. Jordan River to the Uncle. Oh, we come to lift His name. Jordan River to the Uncle. We come to worship Him. Jordan River to the Uncle. Oh, we come to worship Him. Jordan River to the Uncle. Oh, Christian. Jordan River to the Uncle. Oh, Christian. Jordan River to the Uncle. 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 Come go to glory with me. Bye, my Lord. Come go to glory with me. Bye, my Lord. Come go to glory with me. Bye, my Lord. Come go to glory with me. Bye, my Lord. I am a Savior with me. Bye, my Lord. I am a Savior with me. Bye, my Lord. I'm gonna walk and talk with Jesus. Bye, my Lord. I'm gonna walk and talk with Jesus. Hey, come go to glory with me. Come go to glory with me. Bam, bye, my Lord. Bam, bye. is our old language.
Bye, my Lord.
I love the Trini dialect, you know. Oh. So people used to say something, say, Bambai, I go see him. If you don't really understand this song, it's equivalent to when we say goodbye world, I'll stay no longer with you. Come go to glory with me. I will see you later. Oh, you can come in middle. Oh Lord, I'm gonna walk and talk with Jesus. I wanna walk and talk with Jesus. That's where I'm going, Lord. You can jump on this train, come go to glory with me. Bambai, go see him, Bambai. Oh, Bambai, go see him, Bambai. Hey, Bambai. I am a savior with me. I am a savior with me.